Dun, dun.
Tron draws. Oh.
Trondrazi. All right. This is a nice meta snapshot for all of you guys sitting there that have not been paying attention to what's been going on. You know, like trying to go to bigger events. Well, hey, you're going to see one of these two decks probably. A Tron list is floating around, but for sure you're going to see this Death Shadow list.
Yeah.
There are a couple tweaks and variants because of the flex cards available, and there's 3 to 4 flex cards main board for this list on what you can run. But for the most part, there's a lot of tried and true. Hey, we've been testing this for a while. These are where you need to be. This is kind of how you should play it. Relies on Goyf to do a lot of damage, and as it's sitting here and takes its own damage, well, alright, I'll just kill you with Death Shadow kind of thing.
Easy.
Mm-hmm. If you guys want a little bit more info about the deck itself, that was our first modern meta highlight that we did featuring that, Jund, and Abzan. Just kind of talking about the difference between the three, why you might play one over the other, what are some of the cards in the list, and talking about some of the flex spots. A little bit of in-depth about, you know, how the deck works. Not so much of a deck tech, as more of just kind of a introduction into the deck. We talked about Green-White Tron since we got to see it last round. Did get, you know, a nice showcasing of what the deck can do. So, when's the 24-hour stream?
Sometime in April. I gotta figure
Okay.
out.
Locking everything down on it.
Yeah, I gotta find a day combination that works where I don't have to work that day and then the day after.
Yeah.
Since it's gonna be 24 hours. So, but it is in April because that's the official month that.
Take
That's
a
the 1 year.
So Thursday and a Friday off. Right?
Maybe.
Because you do casual Thursdays anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It's curious to the fact that they can react to the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So there's some variants floating around.
12. Okay.
All right.
You got it.
All
so
right.
so who do you like in this matchup?
I personally like the Tron.
Yeah.
I think the Tron, knowing that it is the green-white version, like, has Oblivion Stones, so it can do the kind of mass board wipes if he tries to go wide. If he tries to stay for that pure style, like, all right, here's my one Goyf. I'm going to beat you down with this Goyf for a while, or I'm going to try with this Death Shadow kind of thing. Well, then Robert just goes, okay, here's a Worm Coil, here's a Karn, you know, I'll deal with your single guy. So I do like that aspect of it. Mox does have like Thought Seizes and stuff like that in his list, so he can start to strip away some of those really annoying cards. But I think he's gonna have to wait until he has a little bit of extra stuff in his board to bring in. Like Jund, Abzan, those sort of decks always kind of had trouble against Tron in the past. So we'll have to wait and see though, as these players are picking out their hands, deciding if they're going to keep or mulligan. Robert not happy with his, going to be shipping his away. Now, again, a lot of the Death Shadow lists running Street Wraith, draw some cards, loot some life, just extra value out of them. Puts a creature in the graveyard, make Goyf bigger.
Seems
like
really good in this deck. So here's 6.
I didn't see a land.
Oh.
Couple of spheres and ancient stirrings and
Right.
stuff. Hey, if there was a land, that seems like a keepable hand, but you know, find all the lands you need. But
looks like he's gonna keep 7 on Mox's side. So how much life do you think Mox is gonna lose to start?
I would be very upset if he does not go down to at least 15. Fetch Shock into a Thought Seize or Fetch Shock into Street Wraith. That's what I want to see.
Well, how about both?
That would be awesome. Let's
How
do
about Street Wraith, Fetch Shock, Thoughtseize?
it. Yes.
Go.
Go. Follow up. Here's my Death Shadow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you have to lose some more life too, but.
It's just a good-looking card all around. That
Stubborn
Stubborn Denial.
We got to see it do some work.
Yeah, we did.
This first round when he goes, it's Sultai Control versus Jeskai Black, and he goes, all right, Shock Myself, Serum Vision.
Stubborn Denial.
Stubborn Denial it.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do my own Serum Visions, though.
When do you stop mulliganing? That's what I'm wondering. Like, when do you just say, let's go to game 2? Your opponent's on 7 cards, and you're mulliganing down to what? 4 now?
I think 4. I mean, I don't think you go past 4. I mean, Tron players are really lucky.
That's true.
I mean, it's just good deck building, right? They're going to get everything they need right on top, even if they do go to 4 or 3, but
yeah,
you have to have some sort of ramp.
You've got, yeah,
right? Like,
you can't just go, yeah, this will work.
Yeah.
I've got 3 lands that are all the same lands. This will
can't-
be fine, right?
Let's see. Maybe Mox is just
great
really
image.
good.
Didn't I call it? I mean, after the die roll, I scoop, GG.
Maybe Mox is just really good at cutting the deck.
I mean, it's not like he's doing any crazy stuff. He's just shuffling it too.
Right.
Just great. Ah, okay, good to know. Moved away from the Bant Eldrazi because it does not do as well against like Death Shadow, but does really well against kind of the more traditional style. And what is that?
Tower, Relic.
Oh, but that's.
Yo, dude, Silvar Gaming. Holy moly.
Thank you.
Dude,
Save
thank
up
you
for
so
the
much for the
goodies.
$20 donation.
Rock out, guys.
Holy moly. Dude, thank you so much for that support. You know what? Can I get some hype for Silvar?
Right?
Yo, let's get some oh my dogs in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, don't do it. Don't.
Get
Don't.
the cats going, guys. House of Cats here.
You're,
Representing.
dude, really ruining my vibe right now.
Don't worry. Your 24-hour stream, I'll rue all day for you.
Dude, Silvar, thank you so much again, man.
Hey. Street Wraith. Fetch Shock.
Oh, I told you. It's happening. Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I apologize for the camera glare today, guys. We had the overhead light on when we recorded week number 9. Oh, look at that. Inquisition, no target.
Oh, he had to know.
Normally the glare is not there. This was just kind of
Yeah, it's pretty bad today. Here's an
our
exhibition
mistake of not remembering to do that. But every other time, guys, it's like that. Check out our YouTube, youtube.com/Modern Magic Mondays to find all previous VODs of a year's worth of Modern coverage.
Yo, Destis. Dude, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. 11.
Boom.
Death Shadow.
He's a 2/2, right? Isn't he a 13/13? Or is it? Pretty sure 13.
Tron gonna get there after a mulligan to 4?
It's gonna happen.
Let's see some
He's
Pog
gonna
champs.
cast Ulamog.
Let's see some Pog champs.
Oh, he's got a Karn. Draw. Crack.
Yeah.
Find my missing piece. Power plant. I believe he's got mine in a tower. So find the power plant. Play the sphere. Yep, gets the power plant.
Yep.
Which power plant do you like? Do you like the lightning bug one, or do you like the lava looking one? What are you feeling?
The lava looking one?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know the one I'm talking about.
yeah, I like that one better.
Or like the egg. You know? One that looks like a big old egg.
No.
No, don't like the egg. I like the lightning bug one. I think that's kind of cool. Like, you're using a giant bug to power this, like, giant building or whatever. You know, that's cool. The lava's cool too.
Whatever, man.
That's why I've got all of them. So.
Well, that's because you're a rude dude.
Yeah.
Here, let me play all of them.
And white border.
Yeah, and white border. Yo, PogChamp right now. He just...
So, Tarfire.
That's a good one.
Sweet card to have.
Oh, Ancient Stirrings. Okay.
Sweet card to have. Because it's a tribal and an instant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is nice. Builds Goyf up more than just a regular instant because it is that tribal aspect to it.
Stirrings off the top.
Good deck building, guys. And look, it immediately cracks the bobble and takes a gander at the top.
Yeah, it's like, what is on top of your deck?
Please tell me there's not a land so I don't die to Ulamog here.
This deck was stacked.
Mull to 4, victory.
Yo, Overgrown 2, 9. Here's an Inquisition of Kozilek. Yep, those are all...
Oh, there's a land! He's casting Ulamog next turn!
Here we go.
No, wait, no. That'll only be 9. He needs 10. But that means Karn comes out, exiles Death Shadow. So the pure strategy, not working.
Not working.
Ding,
Here,
ding,
no.
ding, ding.
Let me get this for you.
Easy game, easy life.
It's like Tron was hard to pilot or something. Yo. Tower. Karn liberated. Get rid of that guy. This whole game.
Hard casting?
Core Clan Rampager.
4 mana for a 4/4 trample.
Feels bad, man.
Hey, I've seen Death Shadow decks hard cast Street Race, so I guess I would rather have this Core Clan
You're not wrong. Here's...
I'm just gonna cycle it.
Here's a sphere.
Is that a worm coil in his hand?
Yeah,
too?
it's a worm
Okay.
coil. Play sphere crack. Play worm coil. Might draw tower. Gets a world breaker.
And guess what? He probably said green too.
He sure did.
Guess what I'm gonna guess?
Oh boy. Here's a world breaker.
Exile the do you have a blood crypt underneath that overgrown?
He has to, yeah.
Boom. Goodbye.
Yep.
I go back to my first scoop statement. I can see the future.
Press 1.
Uptick.
Press 1 if you think Tron's a good deck.
Yes. Type 1 in chat for all of you guys that think Tron's a good deck. Take the red swords. Blood Crypt, get it out of here. Enter scoop phase. 1. Yes.
1. Alright. So,
everybody loves Tron.
as we've learned, you can go to 4 and Tron and still win.
Gosh. You know what? I know that when you keep a 7 land hand and your opponent mulligans down and beats you, it sucks. But it is the greatest feeling when you have to mulligan down and you win.
True.
Like, one of the best feelings of Magic. Now, it's easier with certain decks. Like, in fact.
Shh, quiet.
So...
Quiet.
Alright, why don't you read off somebody's list?
Alright, I'm gonna read Mox's. He's got 1 Ranger Vios, 3 Fulminator Mage, 1 Big Game Hunter, 2 Surgical Extraction, 1 Kataki War's Wage, 3 Lingering Souls, 1 Liliana the Last Hope, 2 Ancient Grudge, and 1 Collective Brutality.
What do you like?
All 3 of those Fulminators?
Yeah.
Bring those in. The Big Game Hunter.
Seems good.
Get that guy in here. And Surgicals.
Yeah.
Surgicals. Bring those in. I think that's about it, though.
Mm-hmm. And that's a really good point, too. If those Inquisitions were Thoughtseize, that game would have been completely different.
True.
Like, on Robert's side, though, he's got 2 Thragtusk, 3 Nature's Claim, 3 Warping Whale, 3 Blessed Alliance, 1 Emrakul, 2 Rest in Peace, 1 Ghost Quarter. I like the Blessed Alliances here.
Uh-huh.
Make your opponent sack some.
Is it? Ooh.
Target player.
It's target player?
Gain 4 life. Because somebody was telling me
Did
about.
Did somebody do it? Damn it.
Now, I think it was on stream or something they did it. But they made the Death Shadow player gain 4 life and sack a creature. They like escalated it.
Oh god.
So they lost. They had to sack their Goyf and they lost their Death Shadow because he went back up to 13 life.
I would have PogChamped so hard if I saw that.
So yes, definitely those coming in. You could also talk about Rest in Peace. Like if you don't and Robert's side, if you do not care about your graveyard kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and it might actually be really smart to run Rest in Peace to protect yourself against Surgical. Which is not something you would normally think about. Normally you're thinking, okay, Surgical, or you're running Rest in Peace here to say no to Goyf.
Sure. Yeah, but
that's the big thing.
You also protect yourself from...
As extra, because you have to target a card in the graveyard. And if you can't have anything in the graveyard because everything's always going to exile, it protects you.
Right.
Now, it looks like he opted for the Warping Whales instead. Countering target sorcery.
That seems fine. Yeah, that's not bad.
So, but it is something to consider, though, when you're in this position. I guess you sit there and you go, I don't know his list. I don't know if he's running Surgicals here. Is it really worth it to bring in just to deal with Goyf? Yep, Relic is also great against Surgical. That's true. We did see he had Relics in the main board. That's also true. So maybe that's why he's like, I already have Relics. What do I need?
Yeah.
The Rest in Peace. But if you don't have the Relics in the main board, yeah. So he can say, okay, Surgical, Extraction, targeting that. Well, in response to you casting Surgical Extraction, I'm going to sack it, exile all of our graveyards. Wait, you don't ask your opponents their 75 when you sit down? It's like, oh, hey, can I look at your deck, please? You actually need to run Mindslaver to do that. And then you can look at their sideboards. Give me all of the information. That's true, too. You can also tap a relic to target yourself. So it just, here's a single card that I'm going to remove. Very good point.
Yo, Johnny redeemed.
Woohoo! Thank you
so
for
much
the follow. Wait, what do you mean you can't do that anymore? What? Oh, they changed that? That's lame. That was so much fun.
They changed that? That's not fun. How dare my opponent?
Oh, they changed it when they printed the new Emrakul. Aw, stupid new Emrakul. I stand by my statement that set was dumb. Darn it. Alright, fine. Emrakul, the Promised End, forced the change. Okay, that's cool. I didn't even want to do that. That's cool.
But you did, because you brought it up.
I know.
You did do it.
You did.
Yo, Minimax.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for the follow.
Or ma'am, I guess.
I was gonna say, did you just assign a gender?
I did.
To Minimax?
I did. Put Max. I think I just thought of Max. That's why. My bad. I apologize.
Look, I just came from Seattle. You can't do that stuff around there, man.
That's true. And I just came from Boston, so. Yep, that's why we were gone last week, guys. I was up at PAX, which actually just finished putting together the next vlog.
Did you just assume my gender?
I'm sorry. No, I just finished putting together the next vlog from PAX, which was the Saturday vlog, which showed a little bit more of some of the panels that we went to, a little bit more of the actual convention center than our first day. The first day was maybe a 4 or 5 minute video because we were busy doing so much stuff and I didn't bring out the camera very much. So, but yeah, day 2 is definitely the more exciting day of PAX for us, at least footage wise.
All right, Robert on 6 cards.
Hey, we got to see how well it works to mulligan. And Blessed Alliance, Path to Exile, Forest. I thought I saw at least one Tron piece in there.
Keep
Scrying,
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Must have had a map or a sphere or something to get going with it.
17.
Cycle that street wraith.
Thoughtseize.
Yes! There it is. 15. Thoughtseize? Are you thinking?
Thoughtseize. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dang it.
Alright.
Tower.
Map.
Pass. Did it die for everyone? Nah, dude, just refresh. Did it die?
No, we're not dropping.
Maybe he's waiting. 12. He could be waiting.
It could be, yeah, throwing a Thoughtseize, see if the coast is clear, and then throw down a Death Shadow to follow it up. I mean, it's dangerous, if you're in Mox's position. We saw him try to go for the pure strategy, and it didn't work. And, sometimes that's just kind of how it works against a Tron player. You're going, that sort of singleton strategy does not.
Fetch twice. Shock twice. That's 6. Street Wraith is 2. No, it's 8.
There's an Ulamog.
Okay, Ancient Stirrings. And a World Breaker. Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's looking for a land or something like that.
Sure.
At this point in time.
Yo, Foretold Gaming.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much for the follow.
We got some classy people at the shop. Yep, that's true. We do have some pretty sweet decked out decks from certain people. Going for the miscut, going for some really classic art style, old school stuff. We have some people that are super decked out in foils. There's, and then we've got those that are just getting into modern and, slowly building up their decks. Keenan was one of them that started playing and then started I really want to work on getting my lands looking nice.
My boy.
Go from there.
my boy. Hope he's okay. Haven't seen him in a while.
No. Busy living his life.
Yep. Alright. Colgan's command.
Ooh.
Blow up one of those things.
Which do you choose here?
I
I think
it's the map.
Yeah, that seems like the safest bet. Like, because that basically allows him to get Tron at that point. So now he's down to 7 life. Gonna cycle a Street Wraith again. Map 100%. Isn't Magic life? Hey, for some of us it is. Now we just need to get paid to do Magic, and then it really will be our life. Who knows? Maybe if Wizard actually works on making this kind of Magic Online 2.0, that their mystery stuff they're working on.
Surgical.
Ooh.
Get rid of that guy.
Map.
Get rid of that expedition map. Show me what you got. Plus Alliance, Path, Ancient Stirrings.
That's a scary hand.
Well, it's not a bad pick either.
No, I think that's
because
it's the safe bet, knowing that your opponent's sitting on 2 lands right now.
Because at this point,
waiting on that map to crack to make it work. Oh my God, his deck is half upside down.
Oh my.
Or maybe just those 3 cards were. Nope, they're up. Oh.
But,
all right, I gotta say,
good guy Mox.
Good guy Mox here, because I'm sure there's some people that would look at it and see that it's all discombobulated and just go, sucks to be you, kind of thing. There's some people out there, but good job. Thank you, Mox, for being a nice guy and helping your opponent out by rearranging their cards so they're all facing the right direction. Now, because he did Surgical, he gets to look through and double check what
he's got in,
what he sideboarded in, what exactly is in his deck.
He had a Tron land on top. I did it for the shuffle.
Ah, okay. Did he have a bobble that he was able to see?
I think so. Yeah,
okay,
he
that
bobbled,
makes a lot of sense. Knowing for bubble. Okay, cool. Perfect then. That worked out great. Bringing the beats. Affinity? Not tonight. TJ was rocking out Infect tonight instead of Affinity. Not a dissonant player to bring pay. See, it's also nice. We've been big fans of the boogie boards.
Mm-hmm.
And having that to write down. I mean, I was also big on pen and paper for a long time. But, writing down, getting that knowledge. And I think that's another step up for players, too, is to go from just, like, you play kitchen table, you play casual, you do things like that. You just kind of go, well, I don't really need to write this stuff down. Or you're playing for fun, you might play Revealed. We do that all the time, but
no way.
If you're playing for keeps, you should do your best to write down everything and then cross it out as they play it, kind of thing.
No, he actually has like 4 or 5.
Affinity. They have Control, like Jeskai Control. Yeah. They have Infect. They also
5.
have Dredge.
No, 6. No, I got a lot.
Yeah.
Between him and Julia.
Yep. And then that doesn't even include Legacy decks.
Right.
But he's our resident Affinity player and plays it.
He played it a lot.
A lot. And, I mean, he's definitely one of the most skilled Affinity players that we have at the shop.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a big reason why we associate him with the deck. So what do you think about having the snow-covered basics in decks? Like, you're not running any cards that interact with snow.
But your opponent doesn't know that.
Okay, yeah. So, is it more of just like, I really like the art on it?
I think it depends. It depends on the player.
Do I try to psych them out, make them think that maybe I'm doing some shenanigans here?
Probably.
Okay. Tonight. Hey, if this was a drinking night, everybody would be drinking every time I mentioned.
Ranger of Eos.
Do you like that art or the new art of Ranger?
This art?
Okay.
Okay, so we have a couple Death Shadows.
Draw the missing Tron piece. Nope. Looks like 2 towers. Or there's a tower and a temple in his hand, but...
Temple Garden. Making his job easier. Make him Zack and King Life. Oh no!
I'd like to go to 1, please. Enter Scoop. Please.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, that happened. Where's your gut shot now?
It's a different game.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So we got to see Surgical. We got to see Ranger come in.
Yep.
Fulminator would make sense that he came in as well. So I like it. So far, like, that makes a lot of sense of the cards that we would see brought in here. Robert's side, we got to see him opting for the Blessed Alliance, which we talked about.
Right.
Great when he's going that kind of pure style. But when he starts to go a little bit wider, not as relevant. The gaining life can be, though, depending on how things work out.
I mean, if your opponent didn't draw Thoughtseize,
yeah,
you were in the money.
The Warping Whales basically counter sorcery spells. You know, that's nice. I mean, I guess, like, Inquisitions and Thought Seizes getting countered is alright. But that's basically saying it's 1 for 1. You're saving the big dumb guy by doing that. So, Ghost Quarter, he's doesn't need to worry about. Emrakul, don't need to worry about there. Maybe a Thragtusk coming in? Like the extra life gain?
Maybe.
An extra creature?
Yeah.
Could be helpful. I don't know. Just little things to think about. But I think, as it stands, seems alright. Going into it. Like, that was definitely an uphill battle for Mox. Even though, like, we were watching, like, the advantage meter, essentially. For most of it, it was still on Robert's side of the field there. Even, like,
just based off the cards that he had.
Yeah, based on the cards that are in his hand there. Like, Mox did really well piloting based on the information that he had.
I love guys too into shuffling.
Hey, some people, you know, love to just shuffle cards.
He's got a Warping Whale in hand.
Okay. So this is the thing. Some players' shuffling techniques, or techniques in general, need a little bit of improvement, I guess, or optimizing the way that they are shuffling their cards or stuff like that. You know, it happens. Oh, he's got the Goyf type. I haven't seen a Goyf up from Mox yet.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
He wants to use it.
He does. Man, I really wish I could play this Goyf here as a 6/7.
I know Robert's thinking about his hand, but I don't think he can keep it. It's a Horizon Canopy, a Chromatic Star, 2 Sylvan Scrying.
Does he not have a second land?
He does not have a second land.
Ugh.
I do not think he can keep it.
Optimizing sure sounds like cheating to me.
Select thereof shuffling technique. Mox gonna keep? Has Mox mulliganed at all?
Yeah, okay, alright. Now, so it... By doing this, you're always revealing at least 2 cards to your opponent by the way that Robert shuffles. Every time. At least 2 cards. If not more. I just mash the cards together when I shuffle. I actually take my deck and I throw it in the air and then pick it all up. That's kind of how I do it. 52 card pickup.
You're playing with an illegal
card.
deck.
Yeah, 60 card pickup. Judge, my opponent only has 52 cards.
You gotta be able to make yourself laugh.
That's what I've learned. As long as I'm laughing at my jokes, they're funny, right? No, just me. He's practicing shuffling there. Is that what that was?
That's what that was.
Oh! Opponent revealed cards.
Judge.
He drops some Ulamog.
Bingo. Hashtag words to live by. Preach it. Preach it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're at 6. Karn. Tron lands.
2 Tron lands and a map.
Worm coil.
Seems good. Keep it.
Sure.
Tron land on top, I bet. Oh, and there's a horizon?
Gonna get there.
Boom. Play this map. Go. Next turn. Play this other Tron piece. Pass.
Oh my gosh. Go to 15 again.
Yes. Oh, you could thought seize. No.
No.
Oh,
Tron land on top.
Boom. Pass turn. Guess what? I'm gonna find that tower. What?
Oh, okay.
Cycle the street wraith? No, he doesn't. No. What is he doing here? Just because he can? He needs to lose life?
Probably. Normally, you would just go to 19, but when you're playing Death Shadow...
Yeah, I guess that's really...
Yeah, I mean, it's just different. Yep,
Alright, there's a street wraith. Bink, bank. Down to 15. Fetch, shock, inquisition, or thought seize. Why not? Just go
do it.
Oh, bobble. Okay.
Yes. He's gonna look at his card.
I like that idea at this point in time, like, because you know your opponent's gonna shuffle theirs because of map. So better to know and see if you need to shuffle yours.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna fetch either way, right? Like when you use fetch lands, you normally fetch on their end step, but because you're playing Death Shadow, you want to take as much damage as possible. Just go ahead and go to 17, or take 3 instead of 1.
Mm-hmm.
Mox is at 12. Says I'm about to get another card here.
Oh, Goif?
Oh,
2 Death Shadows. I got so excited with that overgrown tomb and stuff. And he says, well, I'm going to find this Tron piece, and then I'm going to cast this card next turn and get rid of one of your Death Shadows. And the other one's just a 1/1, so not that worried about it.
Get the tower. Was that Mox pog jamming? He's just like, what? No way!
You got the tower?
Can't believe it.
Wow.
I've never seen one of those. I think maybe he was actually just
legitimately checking the art on it.
Yeah, like, okay, what's that art? All right.
I mean, it's smart when you're playing against a Tron player to check the art, because especially if they play one that's a different art next turn, you can go, well, shit, they have another tower in their hand. All right, shuffling up. Tron is assembled. We saw Mox, of course, draw a card off the bobble there.
Yep.
And here's Karn.
Yep.
We're going to exile that Death Shadow. Technically, there we go. Goes underneath Karn.
All right, untap.
Street Wraith, going down to 10. Cool. Basically saying, I'm going to kill that Karn.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
There's a Oblivion Stone in Robert's hand.
Verdant
Catacomb. Moved combat.
Swing for 3.
Uh-huh. This guy will die. That remains exiled.
Mock's gonna go to 7.
Alright. I hope they don't kill each other before I get back.
Gets a Godless Shrine. Yo, Fulminator Mage. Sack. Blow up that tower. Untap draw. Is that a Sanctum of Ugin? Yes. Sanctum. Play this Oblivion Stone. Yo, here's an Inquisition of Kozilek. Karn, Horizon Canopy. I think it's a sphere. And let's move to combat. 6 damage. Dropping Robert to 14. Okay, alright. Cool, cool.
They're still alive.
Wish we could see their hands better. Yeah, I know. Oh, it was Worm Coil. That's what it was.
Just think it's like the Pro Tour, right? Can't you not see their hands very well in the Pro Tour?
Yeah, but they actually tell you.
That's
What's
true.
in
They
their
have table
hands.
spotters and stuff to let
Yeah.
you know. All right. You're right. I guess we should...
They also have super secret Wizards of the Coast software to update that hand to us.
Yeah, that's true. All this stuff that in the future. We'll add that after we get better equipment.
Oh.
Too. Ooh, Ancient Grudge. That's nice.
Kablam! Bobble.
Yeah, take a look. Look at, I like that sneaky, like, whoosh, both hands cover, so it makes sure there's no way that your opponent can see.
Inquisition of Kozilek. Oh, and he's got a target now, yo. Path.
But he's gonna be able to use it. Now there's no more targets because he will lose a life to do that because of what's that card called? Tap for green or white Horizon Canopy. I got there.
I didn't know where you were going. I'm glad you figured it out on your own.
Oh, it's rare that happens.
Mox with the die on top of his deck.
Is his swamp snow covered as well, or is it a different?
I think it's just a different art.
Interesting. I mean, I do like the snow covered forest. Like, it looks nice.
I think he just likes snow.
That's what it's like.
Here's the Death
As
Shadow.
it goes, like trees covered in snow is pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Kid's a tower. Sure. Whatever.
Hey, that's just good deck building.
Whatever. Right off the top, here's a Karn. Get rid of that guy.
Again, when it gets to this kind of single target, and he says, also, trigger, I'm going to go find this Ulamog. By the way, in case we were dragging this on long enough.
If you were curious, I have this Sanctum of Ugin, which says, when I play a big, dumb dude.
The glare is real. I know. I apologize, guys, that this week is our glare. We forgot to turn off the overhead light. And I promise that next week you won't have to worry about wearing shades.
Oh, both snow covered. They are both snow covered.
Stubborn Isles sure would have been nice in this matchup.
Ceremonies rejection? Nice try.
Nice try.
Oh. Does he draw another worm coil? Great. Okay. Uptick.
Oh, there's the surgical.
They are all miscut.
They are. Miscut. A lot of them are signed. Not all of them, though. Yeah, the deck Robert is using is our Season 1 champion.
Liliana the Veil.
Interesting. Our Season 1 champion, Jeremy Miller. And...
Big game hunter.
Ooh, nice. And he also has miscut Primeval Titans that are miscut with like Kiki Jiki and Emrakul and stuff like that from the Modern Masters. I went AFK. Did he draw the surgical too late? Yes, he ended up getting a little too late for everything. And yeah, here's of course our human rebel assassin. Pretty much saw like no modern play until Eldrazi came around. I just threw away my miscut cards.
Exile that.
So here's his three worms.
Yep.
Death Touch, Lifelink.
I assume the black one is the Death Touch.
Why would you assume that much? Why can't the white one be Death Touch?
You're right.
No, I would assume the exact same thing.
It doesn't make the most sense or anything.
Alright. Things are not looking good for the good guys. Probably the only time I'm going to call Death Shadow the good guys.
Alright, okay. Just curious.
Hey, it's the same thing. Like, Affinity was the good guys against Eldrazi during Eldrazi Winter. And that was the only time that ever happened, probably. No miscut worm coil tokens? What? Good old big game hunter coming in.
For one.
Bringing the beats.
Sending a message. Traverse the Ulvenwald. Gotta be Delirium.
Yeah.
Ranger Vios.
Triggers.
Combos.
So here's what's going to happen. This Worm's going to swing in. Mox is not going to block. And then Robert's going to have a gut shot. Get him.
Get him.
Get him. Oh, Ulamog and Blessed Alliance. Alright, here's the land he needs. Cast Ulamog.
Here it comes.
Oh,
It's a World Breaker.
World Breaker. That's fine.
Just one short of that Ulamog. Darn it.
Okay. So here's the thing. Do you kill off Ranger here or keep Karn alive? I think you uptick Karn here so you have the potential to be able to use him next turn if need be to get rid of Death Shadow. Oh, there's a Terminate there. Smart. He still has the 3/3 token. Now, the thing is, save the Blessed Alliance or cast World Breaker here. I think World Breaker's the best bet because there's the two creatures. Like, you say sack creature, he's just going to sack Big Game Hunter, and you're like, well, that was useless. Cuts him off a red. I've seen this before. Slow down, Mox. Gonna cause a fire.
Alright.
I mean, look how slow and methodical Robert's shuffling. And there's the hand. Tron.
Mox is not able to weather the Tron storm.
Yep. Yep. Tron, guys. They're the big old baddies. We need more Infect in our lives.
But we watched Infect lose to...
GG, well met.
GG.
Well met, well met.
Well met.
So, that was round 4.
Mm-hmm.
Una mas.
One more.
One more, guys. Let's check our points.
Let's do it.
Dun, 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 dun. Ooh.
Gosh. Robert.
I know. I was like, what is with these? Where are the goyfs?
They were in there.
They were. They just never wanted to show up.
Didn't draw them. Play 4. Oh my.